What's up guys, back with another Today in MMA video. I am your host Andrew, and we are going to be talking about Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, which is honestly just around the corner. I would say in about 2 weeks or so from when I'm making this video. And we're just going to be talking about, does Stipe, or is this fight a big mismatch? We're going to be talking about the things that are going against Stipe Miocic and maybe discuss some things that he has going for him, if there are any, right? So the first thing is that he is coming into this match in his 40s. I think 41, and his last fight was 2-3 years ago against Francis Ngannou, where he was brutally knocked out. And like, for a fighter taking this much time off, especially at that age, and getting knocked out, we don't know if he's going to be coming back a different fighter. You know, time catches up with anyone at any time, and during this whole 2-year layoff or whatever, we don't know if Stipe is declining or improving, you know, especially at that age. But for something that goes for heavyweights is that most heavyweights are pretty old, and they do fairly good even in their old age. Randy Couture is probably the biggest one. Fedor was even doing it pretty good in the mid 40s, and so there's a lot of heavyweights that seem to fight over the age of their prime and do fairly well. I'm not gonna say that they're, you know, winning titles or something, but they're still winning fights. And for Stipe, he really hasn't taken much damage throughout his career, other than the knockout of Stefan Struve and I think Ngannou as well. And you also got to realize is that he is coming into this match apparently a lot heavier than he normally is. And for a heavyweight that usually is light on his feet and generally weighs less than, you know, the bigger heavyweights, we don't know how he's going to be adjusted with this weight. I believe there was reports of him adding like 20 pounds, so we don't know. He's coming back after a long layoff and 20 pounds heavier. You know, we don't know how he's going to be adjusted, especially when he's fighting Jon Jones, who, you know, is definitely going to be using all his attributes well, the length and size and all that stuff. And it's going to be a tough one for Stipe. You guys know I'm not really the biggest Jon Jones fan. I mean, I don't like him at all, but I do realize how good he is and how dangerous he is. I am a Stipe Miocic fan, and I hope he finishes Jon Jones. And like I said about the weight, like he's adding 20 pounds, but I thought he was pretty good at the lower weight, or 20 pounds less already. He was doing not good against Francis Ngannou, but he only got knocked out because he got too excited. He thought he rocked Ngannou, and then he ran into a left hook, and that's all she wrote. But I feel like if he stayed at that weight, he would have, I don't know if he'd have a speed advantage over Jon Jones, but I definitely think putting on weight, especially since he is more of the faster heavyweights in the division, it might be detrimental to him. And we don't know who's going to show up. You know, it could be an old decrepit Stipe that shows up that's been inhaling too much smoke from like firefighting or something, and his gas tank sucks now. We don't know who is going to show up, and honestly, I do think it is a mismatch, but at the same time, I wouldn't say I'm confident in Stipe Miocic. I'm just saying that if there's a heavyweight that can give Jon Jones problems, it's definitely him, and maybe Sergey Pavlovich as well. Just because I mentioned in a video what I think it takes to beat Jon Jones is a guy that's going to take out his legs, so a good kicker with takedown defense and good jiu-jitsu, because if Jon Jones takes you down, you have an answer. Or a guy that could like push him towards the cage and brawl with him, you know, make him into a brawl, especially with his long limbs. Get in close quarters so he doesn't use it. Make him, you know, crowded. But also got to watch out for the elbows. And I mention this because sometimes when you go at Jon Jones, he kind of turns his back on you. He kind of like retreats, and I just feel like if a bruiser or a brawler is able to corner him in the side of the cage, they can definitely let some hands go, you know? Did I forget to mention anything? Please let me know down in the comments below, and also give me your predictions. Peace out.